the Nintendo Switch era comes to a close, with the Nintendo Switch 2 now being publicly out, I thought I should go over the top 7 games that I've played on the original Nintendo Switch right before I get my Switch 2. What is that? What in the world? You must review your top 7 Nintendo Switch 1 games within the next 7 days, or else you won't get your Switch 2. That's right, I have to review my top 7 games, 1 game a day for the next 7 days straight. So before I can get my Switch 2. And if I don't, I won't be able to get my Switch 2. Okay, in all seriousness, it doesn't really matter. I'll still get it. It's just, I just wanted to make it a little more dramatic, you know what I mean? So for the next 7 days straight, I'll be posting daily videos of me reviewing a game. And according to my watch, it says that the series starts tomorrow. But I gotta get up really early to do it because I'm really busy tomorrow. So I guess that means I have to hit the hay. It's time for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Ah yes, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So this game ranks 7th at the bottom of my top 7 tier list. And I guess that glowing box decided I have to review it today, so to start off, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe can be single player, multiplayer, online play, or wireless local play. I pretty much do single player a lot, or I'll do online play and I'll sometimes do wireless play. Alright, let's start a race. In this game, you have 4 options for races. You have Grand Prix, Time Trials, versus Race, and Battle. I literally hate the battles and never played them, but they're there if you want. We have Versus Race, which is basically where you can race using custom rules, custom tracks, and everything. I do use this sometimes because it's really fun, especially with friends. Time trials is if you're trying to get better at a track and you can race ghost data from other players for you. And then my favorite, Grand Prix, the classical Mario Kart style. You have an option of 50, 100, 150, mirror, or 200cc. An obvious better option for Mario Kart World, which can only go up to 150. Why, Nintendo? The character selection in this game is decent, although honestly it's not a lot, and you unlock all the characters pretty early in the game, and from what I've seen, I think Mario Kart World will probably have more characters. Anyways, I'm going to select the best character in the entire game. The car options are also pretty decent, and even though I've technically beaten this game 2 times, I still haven't unlocked everything. And honestly, I think I'm going to miss actually building your own kart in Mario Kart World, as Mario Kart World doesn't have all these options as in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. As far as tracks, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has quite a bit, with the base game coming with 12 Grand Prix, which is a total of around 40 tracks. So overall, you're getting a lot of content. But there's also a booster course pass, which doubles it, and I purchased this and I think it's really worth it. So if you have both, you're getting a ton of tracks. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's selection of tracks is pretty decent. As far as for the tracks themselves, most of them are pretty fun and pretty well detailed. As far as the graphics of all the tracks, most of them actually have pretty good graphics for the Switch, although I do find some tracks that I just feel like they're lacking the detail, which I wish they had put more detail in it, but we have Mario Kart World now. Overall, these tracks are really fun. As far as the items in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I really do like them, although I don't like how when you're in first place you get trash items, and sometimes you really want to get an item but it only gives you a shell or coins or a speed boost when I really want something else. There are a few items that I don't like that are just annoying, although one of my favorite things is the Deluxe 8 item. It literally gives you every item, although you really only get this when you're in last place unless you trick the game using versus race. But with all that good being said, there's also some not so good things about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I mean, first of all, it's a Mario Kart game, so there's no real story or anything. And second of all, while most of the tracks are fun and detailed, there's some tracks in this game that are just plain awful, undetailed, and boring as ever, and sometimes just outright annoying. The gimmick for Mario Kart 8 was actually the anti-gravity thing, although that was back on the Wii U, so as far as for 8 Deluxe, I don't consider it a big deal. Now, if I were to compare this game to Mario Kart 8, I wouldn't have much to say, since it's basically the exact same game with some added tracks and content. But for the Switch, it's pretty nice. Here is just some of the tracks that I really don't like and that are really annoying. First of all, we have Baby Park, which is probably the smallest track ever, and it's probably the most boring and annoying track in this game. It's literally 7 laps because the track is so short, and it is very boring and repetitive, and I literally never like playing this track. I'm only playing it just to capture video for this. Look, I'm not a baby and I don't want to go to the baby park, so why did this need to be included in the game? I mean, it's so easy that I'm even overlapping people that are behind me. Literally, if you're not an AI, you're guaranteed to get first place in this horrific track. This is just one of those tracks where you were like, what in the earth were Nintendo doing when they designed it? Here's another course that I don't like. It's another short course, although I do have to say I do like this course a lot better than Baby Circuit, and sometimes it actually can be pretty fun with all the jumps, but again, it's not that fun, and it feels like Nintendo just kind of added a few things that were just tiny to make the game seem new. I'm not sure if this was on the Wii U version. Either way, it's just a small track that I really wish they would make it bigger. Don't get me wrong, there's still some good tracks, but quite a lot of them are just not young. For one last incident of a bad track, we're going to play Mario Circuit 3 from the expansion pack. What makes this track so annoying is just frankly how small it is and cramped it is with all the sharp edges. It looked cool, and it's fun that it's recreating an old track, The thing is, it's an old track. We want better tracks now. What I don't like about it is it's frankly just hard with all these sharp turns, and you're constantly banging into the walls sometimes. And this is one of those tracks where really the detail level is just turned down, and I feel like Nintendo didn't put as nearly as much effort into it. And that is kind of a trend with a few of the tracks. Don't get me wrong, most of the tracks in this game are really good, but you do stumble upon tracks like this, which just, in my opinion, don't cut the cut. And the little line splat thing is by far my most annoying item. I will say it is kind of annoying when you drive off the tracks, but that's not really the game's fault, it's your fault because you're just not good at it. I also gotta say, if you really want to make the game funner, play it at 150cc because it gives you some challenge, and honestly, before at 100cc, I was winning every race, and 150cc is really fun because you don't just feel like you're racing nobody, you actually have some competition. Now, if we're talking about some good tracks, by far, the rainbow roads in this game are so fun. There should be a whole Grand Prix just to the rainbow roads. And pretty much all of the rainbow roads in this game have been remastered beautifully, including one that is new for this game. One of the reasons why rainbow roads are my favorite is because they're very challenging, as you can fall off very easily, and they're just so fun and cool looking. I actually really like this new space station themed rainbow road that was new with the Switch version, so that's good. Because everyone knows rainbow roads are the prime tracks of Mario Kart. So yeah, that's my review of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Overall, it's a decent Mario Kart and a good game to play with friends. But frankly, compared to all the other games on my list, it just can't get any higher. A few other problems I had were during online play, sometimes it would randomly kick me out, but that's just probably because the Switch is terrible at doing anything online. Although, if there's one really good thing I have to say about this game is that it's one of those games that has so much replayability, and I constantly find myself going to this game when I'm stuck in another game and I just need to de-stress. After I played through it all, that's really the main times I played it, besides times I would play it with my friends. Getting stuck on that boss in Zelda, you can always come here and de-stress with Mario Kart. By the way, before we end episode 1, I would just like to say that I have not played every single game on the Nintendo Switch, and there is a few major titles that I have not got to experience. So these are just my favorite games, and there could be other games out there that might beat some of them that I just haven't played or don't know about.